And I just have to say before I go and leave this beer behind me, something very interesting about the Germans and their non-alcoholic beer. And they talk about this on their website, and I've seen it written across the front of other German non-alcoholic beers. In Germany, they consider it an isotonic drink. Good for after you've been to the gym, after you've done some sport. So think about that next time you've been to the gym and you don't know what to drink next. Pick up a Weissbier, a non-alcoholic one, mind you. But there you go. Thumbs up for that. Cheers. Hi guys, it's James from Meatster again, and another low alcohol or no alcohol beer review. And today is one I wasn't actually looking forward to, but I've been swayed, let's say, by the rather handsome bottle here. And the reason I have not been looking forward to it is this is Weissbier, it's wheat beer, white beer, whatever we call it. It's something that I've not enjoyed for a long time. I don't know what it is about Weissbier. Maybe it's too rich. Maybe it's the fact that as a student many years ago, I thought it was super cool to spend all of my student tuition money on pints and pints of Hoegaarden with a piece of orange in. And at the time that was £5 a pint. We're talking 13, 14 years ago. It was a lot of money. I don't know why I did that. So I'm getting back on the wagon, except we have a non-alcoholic Weissbier. And this one is Der Graf von Bayern. And what I like about this, apart from the very cool label, is there's a little tiny weeny bit of information on their website about this. And it's made as a proper Weissbier. Whether you listen to their website or to the back of the bottle, it's either spent 6 or 8 weeks brewing. Please someone fill me in the comments. How long does it normally take to make a beer like this? What are the benefits of a short or a long time? I'm interested. Anyway, brewing art meets science according to these guys. And what they do is they make the beer and they send it off to a specialist facility where under vacuum the alcohol is removed. Now, that all sounds pretty high tech. It obviously works. So let's see what they came up with. It says yum. I don't know if you can read that. There we go. Yum. Yum yum. Alright. Okay, I've gone for a large wine glass. I don't know why. It's probably completely the wrong sort of glass. Alright. Well, it looks quite a lot like Weissbier. It's unfiltered as well, I believe. Let me just double check here. Unpasteurized and unfiltered, so let's hope we're still alive at the end of this one. Now, if it's your first time on the channel here on a beer review, and we have 4 things that we rate beer on. That's aroma, flavour, mouthfeel, and finish. So we just give them all a rating out of 10. I think the highest rating I've done so far is 25.5, and that was for the Big Drop Brewery's Pale Ale. So here we go. Right, cloudy, as I said. Okay, the smell. Yeah, it does smell quite a lot like Weissbier. In fact, it smells exactly like Weissbier. So it's got that very floral blossom sort of smell. Yes, the undertones of beer are there. This is definitely not an elderflower drink. This is a beer. So you do have some malty barley notes, a little bit of a honeyish note. And something that's almost a little bit sour on the nose, a bit like the sour beer that we've tasted before. But if you know what Weissbier is like, it smells like that. I'm gonna give this 7 out of 10. It's very expressive. Okay, on to the flavour. Oh no. Oh, Weissbier. We're not friends. We're not friends, me and Weissbier, I'm afraid. And problem is, I want to be objective. It does taste exactly like Weissbier. And for most people, who have found this video, that's probably a plus. So I'm going to be honest to the beer, not to myself. Taste it one more time. Okay, here's what I'd say. A lot of the notes of a decent Weissbier are there. It tastes the way you probably want it to, but whether it's from the de-alcoholization process, and I couldn't say that if this was alcoholic, probably. Maybe it's due to that, or whatever it's due to, but it's lost some of the punch. The flavor is not as broad or as rich as you might expect. Now, there's no real bitterness or anything like that, and I think that's consistent with the style of beer. It is a very noble attempt, but it's just missing the last ounce of flavor. That's a 6 out of 10. Okay, mouthfeel. Now, it's funny, I haven't had a Weissbier for so long, but it does remind me of the ones I used to drink a little bit. And the mouthfeel is quite impressive. That's probably the best looking non-alcoholic beer I've ever seen. And by that I mean the promise that's offered by looking at the glass. The froth, the bubbles, obviously the cloudiness, it's not filtered. It all makes it look very much like a Weissbier. And the mouthfeel in that very first moment is exactly like you would want it to be. Now, it can't parallel an alcoholic beer because it isn't. So it doesn't quite envelop the whole mouth. It's like a wave. It comes, it's gone. The mouthfeel is just sort of not quite there. 6.5 out of 10 though would be fair to this beer. All right, finish. And it's gone. All right, I like to sort of time it in my head. There's nearly a couple of seconds. That's really not bad. It's a slightly watery finish. It leaves you a little bit unsatisfied. I'm gonna give it 6 out of 10 on the finish. It's really not bad. I think it's probably an excellent and perfect example of a de-alcoholized Weissbier. Maybe the science has overtaken the art a little bit, but it does make me want to try other Weissbier, low alcohol ones, non-alcoholic ones, and see what they're like. Anyway guys, go and find a bottle. Cheers.